Have you ever wondered where the traditions of the Christmas tree and Christmas tree lights came from? Well, evergreen trees and plants have held a religious significance since the beginning of recorded history. European pagans were largely responsible for dressing their home with the branches of evergreen fir trees in order to celebrate the winter solstice. But pagans were not the only ones to do this. Romans borrowed parts of the traditions, using the branches for decoration during the festival of Saturnalia, which took place from December 17th to December 23rd in honor of the god Saturn. There is evidence of winter solstice traditions in Persia and even as far back as ancient Mesopotamia. Early Christians decided on the 25th of December as the official date of Christmas to coincide with the pagan holidays. One popular legend was that the first Christmas tree was decorated by Martin Luther in Germany. On Christmas Eve, Martin Luther went for a walk in the forest. Looking up, he noticed the stars twinkling in the sky above the snow-covered evergreens. The sight filled him with wonder. He brought a fir tree home and placed upon its branches candles that shone like the stars that inspired him. The tradition of the evergreen tree continued throughout Europe. We don't really know if this is a historically accurate event, but regardless, this tradition was popular throughout parts of Europe. German immigrants in the 19th century brought to the United States many of these traditions, but it was Queen Victoria of England and her husband, Prince Albert, who were the ones who truly popularized the idea in the United Kingdom and the United States. It was Prince Albert who brought the customs of decorating a Christmas tree from his homeland of Germany. In 1850, a picture of the royal family gathered around a candlelit tree appeared in American newspapers and magazines, and from that day, the trend stuck and has been with us ever since. So the first Christmas trees were decorated by candles. Needless to say, a tradition of having a candle on what was essentially kindling was not an overly safe one and caused many accidents. The very first string of electric Christmas tree lights was invented by Edward H. Johnson in 1882. 3 years prior to this time, Thomas Edison unveiled the first practical commercial incandescent light. Johnson was an inventor and businessman who worked with Thomas Edison on various projects. In 1881, Johnson and Edison formed a partnership called the Edison Electric Lamp Company, which later became known as GE. The electric lights didn't become practical until 1903, and the lights didn't become commercially available until the 1920s and 30s. We have some examples of early electric Christmas tree lights here. It's fun to see how far Christmas tree lights have actually come in terms of aesthetics and variety. I've hoped you enjoyed a brief rundown and a little bit of Christmas history.